I'm live. I believe I'm live. I'm potentially live. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live? I think we're live. Okay. Hi, Valerie. How are things? Okay. Everything look okay? Let me know if things are looking okay. I had to change some settings, so if things are not looking okay, let me know. Too much work, not enough sleep. Well, I'm glad you're here. Okay. Yes, that's probably not going to change. I can I can try to I'm going to be just slightly the wrong color, I think. Let's see, is the chat box, I can't remember if the chat box doesn't work or if I just have to refresh it. Is that how it works? I just have to refresh it. Hey, Jasmine, how's it going? Okay. So we'll hang out a minute, let people filter in, show up, stuff like that. Hang out. Oh, I should probably, I gotta let people know I don't have this one set up to automatically share with everyone, so I have to tell people that we are live in these times of liveliness. Let's see, my channel. 2 people are watching. Man, that's actually a really short delay. That latency. That's pretty good. This is pretty close to instantaneous, I gotta say. So let's go ahead and send it there. And then gotta tell everybody in the Kakos Industries Discord. So people show up, hang out, we'll read some stuff. Got to make sure that the people who wrote the stuff that we're going to read are here. I'm just slightly out of focus. I don't know what it is about this camera, but it doesn't really want to focus on anything that's not like right on top of it. Like it can focus on my, well, I guess not quite. So, we'll call that. I guess it stayed focused on my face anyway. Oh well. Okay, and so for those of you in the chat right now, also, we're probably gonna play a game once I run out of stuff to read. I think I've decided on Doki Doki Literature Club. I haven't played it before. I know that it's weird. I know that it's meta. I know that there's some dark stuff in it. But I figured it's at least collaborative in the sense that you guys can vote on what sort of outcome you're looking for. Let me get into my email. All right. Let me go over to the Kakos email here. So it looks like we've just got the one, but I don't think the person who wrote it is here yet. So I might need to wait a second. Hello, that nerd kid. Oh, and we got chat on the screen. I see it. I see it on the screen. We've got you here now. And we have well, we've got the author. I forget what you'd like to be called. in right now. Yeah, hopefully we won't be doing too many spoilers. But I can't control what you weirdos do in the chat, so I'm calling you whatever. Okay. Let's wait like 2 more minutes, let people filter in. Streamlabs is still telling me 0 viewers. Let's see. YouTube is also telling me 0 viewers. Can I refresh this page? Oh no, it says 8 viewers. 7 viewers. Okay. Streamlabs is crazy. Yeah, well. Oh, thank you, that nerd kid. I appreciate that. Why am I not a businessman? Are you commenting on the way I'm dressed, or on the why I'm not doing better business than I am? Because I do business. All right. Oh, the lack of suit. Well, I'm repping the merch. Okay, we got I'm repping the merch. Maybe. Yeah, Jasmine, you do have one of those shirts, and I think you're the only person who bought one. Yeah. Well, maybe when the weather cools off a bit more in Phoenix, I can think about putting the suit back on. I do have a suit. When you break 6 feet, people just start giving you trench coats and suits for some reason. I'm just kidding. It's but it is compiled out of odd pieces. What does my character typically wear within my mind? Well, you got to keep in mind I have more than one character. But I think Corin the Third, he's wearing a black suit, white shirt. How many characters? Well, I also do the voice of Corindeath the First and Junior, and I haven't done the Division of Insurmountable Fear in a while, but that's me. Yeah, no shoes while he's recording because he's not an animal. It's all on IMDb. Is it all on IMDb? I don't believe Kakos Industries is on IMDb. My IMDb credits are my thesis film from college, and I don't even think the television show I worked at. The producers for the show were like, well, anybody can put anything they want on IMDb, so it obviously doesn't matter. So I don't think I might have put down that I worked on that. When you do type in my name, you do get my IMDb. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Wraith. What kind of socks does Corin the Third wear? Yeah, eggplant. Oh, eggplant color. I was imagining little eggplant emojis on his socks, but I don't speak German. That nerd kid. I would hope that when you Google Kakos Industries, you get Kakos Industries. Oh, when you searched Kakos Industries on IMDb, yeah, there's no. I would have to submit it, and I haven't done anything with IMDb in 8 years, 9 years. That was when I made my thesis film in college. You can look it up on YouTube, and look at what a baby I was. Alyssa, thanks you for stopping by. Do I feel that there are too many orgies within the series or not enough of them? Well, I don't know about that. There's probably just enough. Okay, well, we've got our sex positive ambassadors in the chat who don't believe there are enough orgies. Did I write the TV tropes for Kakos Industries? No, I did not. That was a listener from a long time ago whom I don't believe listens much anymore. But if anybody wants to take over, I think that's how those work. You can just sort of throw stuff in there. I would really, if anybody wants to fill in the wiki for me so that I can consult it and make sure I'm not making any mistakes as I'm writing. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad you like that aspect, that nerd kid. I try to be respectful of everybody and their individual uniqueness. It doesn't always work, but oh man, how was this idea conceived in its full ideal? Man, Danimals, you are on a roll with deep questions that are filling up some time here. I had the idea probably in 2013, maybe 2012. It might have even gone back to college. I wanted to do a series of I wanted to do some sort of advertisements for an evil company as videos, and one of them I wanted to be kind of this just really awful teleportation machine that was accidentally a cloning machine, and Corin the First was in this film reel and just shoots one of the guys for being the extra the extra clone. And I had some goofy ideas like that. And then around that time, so this was probably late 2013, someone had recommended that I take a listen to the Welcome to Night Vale podcast, and I really liked it at the time. I think that it had a very nice atmosphere that had a sort of spooky coziness that I think is kind of the secret to their success. But there were some things where I was like, well, man, I can do this, or I can do that, and the truth of the matter was I couldn't. I couldn't do it quite as well, but best voice in podcast land. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I made the podcast because I had a film degree, but I had done a lot of sound work for film, and it was just it fit into my skill set pretty easly, and that made it easy. That made it easy to do. There's a less barrier for entry than a lot of people would have. But and I've also been a musician since middle school, really. When they forced me to learn piano and play the saxophone and sing in choir. I say they forced me, but really I should just be thankful that I had the opportunity to do the arts at my public school. Alyssa, if you wanna just take a stab at even just putting one episode into the wiki, that would be a help. I tried to do it at one point. The wiki, I can't figure out how to edit it very well, and I'm not sure if that's just because of how it is, or if I'm just not getting it, because I without adding any spoilers or anything, just having access to sort of what to all of my past stuff and like all of the divisions and all of the festivals that have ever been and all of the characters and what episodes they appear in, and like I sent the one of the scripts off to one of the listeners. I'm not sure if she's in here right now, but to sort of help me fact check. And it was like, you gave Kimmy a last name, right? And I had totally forgotten. I had written in a new one. And I couldn't find it because I spelled Kimmy 2 or 3 different ways, and oh, you'd love to read the script over? Well, I've considered maybe opening that up to Patreon patrons as sort of a a reward, as well as a way to sort of help out with the show. I wouldn't make it a high tier or anything like that. It'd probably be just anybody who pledged, but I could upload the script, and anybody who wants to go, hey, I don't think this joke is going to fly, maybe don't do it, or anybody who wants to say, oh, you'd love to do the wiki. Yeah, well, please. I don't remember what the web address is because it's like on one of those websites. I looked into how to do, like, how to host a wiki, because I know Wikipedia is like open source or whatever, but okay, well, all right, we've got an army. If you're ever looking for an extra manifested something to unnerve the masses, you know who to call. Okay. I mean, I feel that. What advice would I give to people wanting to get into making fictional podcasts themselves? That's I mean, just do it. Just give it a shot. I mean, if I'm really accessible, at least at this time. I haven't made it so big that you can't email me or anything. Like all the Kakos email, I'm the only one who checks it. There's nobody else who checks the email. You can always send me a script if you want feedback. You can send me episodes if you want feedback on sound design and stuff. Good night, Alyssa. Thanks for stopping by. So I would say just get started. I have plenty of advice, and I have plenty of techniques, and I have plenty of things to talk about like that. But I think like the biggest thing I have to say is just that you don't necessarily want to waste your inexperience by learning too much about the thing you're trying to do. I mean, sometimes it's like, okay, well, you need like a foundation or whatever, but I think sometimes the most innovative stuff we find is because somebody had no idea what they were doing, or more accurately, they had no idea how other people were doing it, and they just dove in and made it their own. So I would say, just do it. Please just do it. I want to hear it. Like I said, if you're afraid that, it's not working or whatever, I'm happy to take a look at a script. It's not going to take me that long to look through a 20-minute script or whatever. I would say if you're doing found audio, just introduce the character and start narrating. Don't say why you're narrating. Don't get into like a huge explanation. I've noticed that a lot where like, I think it's just become one of the, it's part of the language of audio drama now that that a lot of it is found audio, found footage, but of audio, and you can just sort of dive in and and just like it's like when you watch a lot of like classic movies and they have to give you like certain types of explanation that modern audiences are just on board with because it's become so standard now. But But mostly just tell your story. Try to make it interesting. Try to make it authentic. Put the feels in there. Okay, let's see. What are some other... You guys are awfully chatty today, so I'm good with that. We can talk for a bit. That's fine with me. Danimals, I've inspired your science fiction novels to eerily come into being as much as Welcome to Night Vale has. So you're a writer. That's good. I'm glad that I have inspired you. What was okay? Let's see. If you didn't already mention, if you don't, oh, what did I major in? Oh, I have a film degree. There's a, that's like a running joke because I mention it all the time. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he can be overqualified for the wiki. Honestly, if I could figure out how to edit the wiki, it would have been, I just couldn't really figure it out. I don't know why. Let's see. Horrors of beings and feelings galore. Yeah, we've all got that kind of eldritch quality, I think. And you deeply desire to collaborate, always shoot me an email. That's fine. You can collaborate and shoot me an email. And how do I become careful? How do you become comfortable with your character? Let's see. I did it a lot. When I listen back to like the first episode of Kakos Industries, which I've done from time to time, it's remarkable to me just how what do I want to say? Just how much stiffer the character is. And I think that works because just as I was sort of starting a new project, Corin was starting a new job. But I just basically kind of, the more I did it, the more I got into it and loosened up. That is one of the benefits and one of the downsides of a project like this, which is that I just, when you listen to it, you listen to me learning right along with you. Like, there were maybe 5 or 6 audio drama podcasts that I can name at least that predated mine, and a few of them started out at like right around the same time. I made a lot of stuff up, and I would say that I copied stylistic elements, but I stopped listening to a lot of other stuff when I began mine, so that I could make sure that I was being as original as possible. So very original. It's of critical importance how original I was. Where do my feels come from? I don't know how to answer that question. Everywhere, all at once, I think, is all the time. Yeah. Yeah, Jasmine knew I had a film degree. Okay. That is why. I'm glad that the series helps you to cope with stuff. I know that I lean on a lot of media to when I'm having rough feelings, but where did I come up with the voice for the character? You mean Corin's voice? I mean, it's like, I don't know. It just sort of comes out. Let's see. I'm special and unique, just like everybody else. Yes, of course. Who would I compare the protagonist to in a manner of being out of well-known figures? That is a wild question. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know. I think, what is Corin's sign? It's crumbs. No, it's or is it? No, he's. I think Corin's 3 wolves in a trench coat, pretending to be a detective. I'm daring you to make me your new rival. Okay. I mean, in the words of Cat Williams, if you don't have somebody to hate on me. I don't know. I take so much inspiration from such shitty things, but I don't want to I don't want to give credit to anybody who sucks too much for inspiring anything in Kakos Industries. Collaborate or decapitate. Let's collaborate. That one. That's the one I want to do. Not the other one. I know nothing about astrology, and I just cannot care. It's just one of those things. I'm sorry. Are subdermal LEDs a thing now? I'm not sure if they are. One could, not I've could. I'm not sure that subdermal LEDs are a thing. Oh, so you're an Aries, right? I tend to think of Corin being roughly my age. We've reached an agreement between our 2 infrastructures. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So it's 8:00. Please keep typing stuff. And really, honestly, if you even want to just write like a shitty short fanfiction, go to kakosindustries.com/fanfiction. Let me see if I can type it into the chat. Sign into chat. But okay, whatever. I'm just gonna. I have YouTube open also. I believe you can go to. You can read the rules there, and you can just email me something while we're shooting the shit if you want to. If you want me to read a thing now. Vice did an article about subdermal LEDs. How do you have to have like the battery pack on the outside? Yeah, and then porn at kakosindustries.com is where you send it. But you'll find that on the Oh, you didn't open the article. Okay, good. So this one is by EKB. Writer's notes. I think this might top your monster semen master list. Also, my coworkers thought that master list was hilarious. Yeah, if you're not a Patreon patron, last month, your leaked document, you got to learn about all the sperm that Kakos keeps in stock. This month, just a slight spoiler, if you want to get in on the Patreon, kakosindustries.com/Patreon, you can, you're going to be getting a list of all of the divisions at Kakos Industries where people just work in the nude. Yeah. Soundman's secret lover. It was 4 a.m. Soundman unlocked the door to his studio with a mossy key labeled Raccoons. The door clicked and he let out an inaudible yet expectant sigh. The lights sensed a human presence and flickered on, and he ran his calloused fingers over Elsa, the electromagnetic, lustful sound annihilator. Not the newest, but the most loved synthesizer in the studio. right, I'm already loving this. Soundman began his routine. He turned on all of the appropriate speakers in the studio, 5 subwoofers. You're going to get a lot of bass cancellation with 5 subwoofers. I mean, I suppose if they're all facing the same direction and they're like right next to each other, it's probably not that bad. But 5 subwoofers, 3 tweeters, 4 woofers with custom evil cones, and a mid-range driver that will literally rip your pants off. He woke up Elsa with a gentle flick of their power button. Their output levels curled into a sly smile as a sultry V1 chord progression signaled hello. A 5-1 chord progression. What am I doing? Who am I? 5-1 chord progression. Soundman walked around Elsa, tracing their custom detailing and making sure all cables were tight and ready for play. And I lost my spot. Soundman pulled down a square box with CD etched on top, and from its corner took out a small square of dusty red paper, which he placed on his tongue. Soundman walked around to face Elsa, stepping over cables and speaker stands without taking his eyes off of their manicured case. Soundman brought his right hand up to their keys and started by fingering middle C, first slow and steady, then with more confidence as he placed his left hand on Elsa's lower keyboard. The music was low and haunting, but after a few minutes found itself using sawtooth waveforms in a driving 5/8 meter that began to satisfy both of their urges. Elsa introduced their favorite sub-oscillator as Soundman clicked over to an envelope he had made just for tonight. The music was now in 4/4 and dangerously reaching 120 beats per minute. We're getting into club music. Elsa brought in a riff that made its way through the woofer with the custom cone located right behind Soundman. The sound waves rushed through the air, surrounding Soundman's body, and not only removing his raw denim jeans, but completely vaporizing them in the process. Soundman's head tilted upwards in joy as the driving pulse of their music making... Hold on. Soundman's head tilted upwards in joy as the driving pulse of their music-making gripped his balls and slapped his butt cheeks. Elsa let out a burst of static and sound effects as they reached their first climax. Soundman spread his wide hands and started playing quick riffs in not octaves, but tenths on both ends of the keyboard as he felt his release near. Is that a major third or a minor third if you're doing the 10th? Oh, hey, Dylan. Welcome. The riffs sped into 16th notes as they both reached 120 BPM, and Elsa's drop pushed Soundman over the edge. His fingers landed on massive sustained chords. Elsa let out a singular mash of sound effects, and they both let the pulse slow and the sound diminish. Soundman's hand slid off of Elsa's keyboard as he lowered himself to the ground. Elsa purred in static as he fondled their power cord, basking in the glow of their power button. Soundman drifted to sleep. Several hours later, Soundman woke to Corin's office door unlocking and a familiar rant. "Damn it, Junior, I don't have time to edit your podcast. You know I have to do the announcements. Soundman, we're on in 3. Are you ready to go?" Soundman grabbed his emergency jeans and, after pulling them on and standing up, gave Corin an enthusiastic thumbs up. Corin removed his shoes and began to organize the stack of papers on his desk. The studio on-air sign lit up, and Soundman and Elsa started a familiar tune. The Kakos theme begins. I don't think that gives my list of sperm a run for its money, because what you wrote, EKB, was good. That was funny. It was really good. All right. I had some questions. I just wanted to finish reading first. Unending Jenga Corporation implores you to be taken up in its stacks of 4x4 before the incoming metaphysical storm. Isn't Jenga 3x3? Well, anyway. Technological singular. It is, sorry. It's not a CD box, it's a Corendeeth box. And Danimals, you asked, how do you email me? Inquiries at kakosindustries.com. The same one that's in the credits for every episode. That's the easiest way. No Way Soundman wears jeans. Well, I think they're canonically dungarees. I don't remember what dungarees are, though. I think they might be kind of khaki. Maybe like a semi-chino. He for sure wears basketball shorts or sweats, yeah. Hello, Eugene Findley. That's a new name in the chat. You would know Jenga better than anyone. Yeah, someone has to wear pants. I remember like the one of the first episodes, it was all about how his people who worked with him in the sound booth had to like make sure they didn't accidentally run into his erection. But I believe that they're khaki dungarees. I don't know about kilts. I'm not sold on kilts. Kilt. Okay. I mean, just wear a skirt. You know what I mean? Just wear a skirt. That's fine. Nobody's going to complain. I mean, people will likely complain. However, fuck them. So it's a skirt if you wear underwear. All right. I don't see any other it's also possible that I have to clean out my Google storage before I'll have room for anything else again. Unfortunately, but I don't see any more emails. If you send me one, let me know in the chat, and I'll just have to look a little harder for it. Where is the email? It's in the credits of every single episode of Kakos Industries. I'll can someone type it in for me? I'm not sure if you guys get to, but yeah. Any of the at Kakos Industries emails, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who checks them. I don't think I handed out any others. Oh, there's the Vice article. Okay. So, yeah, inquiries at kakosindustries.com. That'll do it. That'll get you there. I mean, don't send the fanfiction there. There's a special email for that. Go read the rules first, and the other link I put in the chat. Okay. Yes, send me your manuscript. I don't know what sort of manuscript it is. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Okay. Let's see. So we've got some options here. I mentioned this before. Quite a few of you were in the chat, so perhaps I should mention it again. I have downloaded Doki Doki Literature Club, and I have never played it before. There are a couple of playthroughs of it that I've been meaning to watch, but I just sort of felt like I wanted to see it for myself, you know? Now, I know that I know that, it gets weird. So definitely if, I guess if there's anything you're worried about, you might want to do just like a quick Google for the content warnings for that game. I'm not sure that I know all of them offhand. I suppose you could even put them in the chat if you wanted, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't mean to be so hard on kilts. I'm not against them. I'm trying to think of what I want to say. You need a kid-friendly episode for your son to become a proper working member of Kakos Industries. I've had some cleaner episodes. I don't know how clean you need it to be. We might just have to wait for your son to grow up a little bit. Have you considered a time dilation chamber in which your son could have a full and happy life, but grow up faster? He's 3 months. Okay, well, we'll talk about this in 17 years and 9 months. That's not gonna be weird. Oh man, can you imagine if I'm still making Kakos Industries in 17 years? I mean, I might be on like the third reboot of Kakos Industries, sort of like, Hitchhiker's Guide was a radio play, and then it was a book, and then it was a television show, and then it was another radio play, and then it was another, and there was a movie. Yeah, so Wraith did point it out. The one content warning I'm aware of is that I think there is some suicide stuff in the game. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know. I know that it's pretty dark though, but if it got moved to a TV show that I got full executive control over. That doesn't exist. What? I mean, I gotta get on a different level before I get to that. Okay, so the battery is under the skin and you use a magnet to make it light up for about 5 seconds. They think it'll light up about 10,000 times before it dies. What's the battery made out of, though? Because a lot of that stuff, I don't think you want it inside your body. Yeah. You'd be mad if the producers changed my style. I would only be mad until I cash the check, I'm sure. Have I made it clear how ready to sell out I am? If there's anyone from Hollywood in the chat right now, get in touch. Kakos Industries comic would be pretty cool on that list. I would write it. If somebody wanted to draw it, we could split the money. Just putting that out there. I have considered just commissioning people to draw the comics, but the artist Christine Hipp, who did the Shareholders Brawl T-shirt, I know that she does a lot of you can just pay her to draw comic pictures, and I've considered it. I have not been in communication with her in many years, though. I just remember really liking her style. But I mean, if anybody else has some comic book skills and you'd like to work on a Kakos Industries comic book, or better yet, if you have any interest in drawing animatics for episodes 1 through 112, let me know. I would be more than happy to talk to you about that. I don't know how much I can pay, but I would definitely try. We might do a Kickstarter just to get the animatics done. We'll make a Blu-ray or something. Actually, we probably won't make a Blu-ray. People should just watch them online. 60% of the battery is made up of a combination of materials like zinc, anode, manganese, cathode, and potassium. These materials are all earth elements. This combination of material is recovered to grow corn. I think, is that a joke, or is that, because I didn't understand it if it was a fact. That might be a rock fact. Might be a rock fact. Oh, for comic or animatic drawing, well, just shoot me the email. I'm sure we'll talk about whatever. I'm more than happy to let people do, stuff with the Kakos universe if if you just talk to me first. It's in a case which is supposed to protect the wearer in case it breaks or something happens. I just, I've pulled some AA batteries out of devices when they've been in there too long, and there's some, there's some battery acid leaking. Anyway, all right. Let me see if I can get this game to start, so we'll keep talking about whatever. I don't care how far we get in the game, but let me see. We'll open it up and then make sure we have sound, and then we'll shrink my face to be smaller in the corner. All right, so game capture. Let's turn that on, and we're going to capture Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay. And then I think we shrink me down. Okay. That's probably all right. I wanted to sort of leave the I probably don't need to be streaming in 1080p if for this game, but we'll especially if I'm not playing it full screen. Actually, before I permanently resize this, let's make the screen itself bigger on my screen. It doesn't get bigger. It doesn't get bigger. Oh dear, and it's wait, where did it go? Did it crash? I think it might have crashed. I don't believe it's running anymore. Okay, do we have game capture? Show me the Doki Dokes. We had it a moment ago.